Hello everyone, welcome to this module. In this module, we're going to be taking a look at host discovery with Nmap. Now, this is arguably one of the most important stages with Nmap, especially when performing a penetration test, and it'll become apparent quite soon. Now, the reason this is very important is because this is your first stage when working with a network. Is you're trying to lay out or trying to map out all the devices on the network, trying to understand what devices currently exist on the network. And there's multiple ways you can do it with Nmap. And again, it becomes more interesting when you have things like firewalls in place that will block, probes, particular probes being sent by Nmap, and that can give you a very inaccurate picture of how many devices there actually are on the network. So this is very important, and you shouldn't take it lightly. It's important that you master how to use various methods of host discovery so that you're 100% accurate that you've accounted for all devices on the network. All right, so all of these scan options are currently available within the manual pages for Nmap, and you can access that by typing in man and nmap or any other command you're interested in. If we scroll to the options summary and we look for scan, well, we're not looking for scan, let's look for host discovery. All right, so we have plenty of options within host discovery, like for example the ping scan or the ping sweep, which we're going to be taking a look at shortly. And then we have the skip host discovery or don't ping option. We then have various TCP, SYN-ACK scans, UDP, SCTP, sorry. We also have ICMP, echo, timestamp, and netmask requests, and these are probes sent, and then based on the response, Nmap is able to tell if a host is online or not. All right, and so we are going to be taking a look at all of the most important ones, and we'll then conclude by talking about a little bit about reverse DNS resolution. All right, so let's get started. So let's start off with a simple scenario, and the scenario is that we've been assigned to perform a penetration test on the network, and our first order of business is to perform a host discovery scan on the entire network range. The network range is 192.168.1.1 /24, and that is the entire subnet range. So if you're not familiar with how subnets work and how IP addressing works, we're going to attach a free resource that will take you through this, and it'll be attached to this video, so you can go through that if you're not familiar with that. All right, so our first thing is to perform a ping sweep. So we can do that by typing in nmap sn 192.168.1.1, and we specify the entire range, and we can then hit enter. All right, so this is going to perform a ping sweep on the entire network, and there we are. We can see Nmap says it's done. 256 IP addresses, 3 hosts up, and out of those 256 IP addresses, 3 hosts are up, and it gives you a bit of a summary in regards to how long the scan took. So right at the top we have our first IP, which is our gateway or our router, and Nmap will display the IP address and the MAC address as well as the manufacturer name, and that gives you an idea of what device you're dealing with. In our case, we have 3 hosts up. So the first one is our router, and you can see it is manufactured by Xiaomi. The second device is developed by ASRock, and this is my Windows operating system or my Windows machine. And the last device is our Kali Linux virtual machine, which again, it does not have a MAC address. That's primarily because I'm running this in a virtual machine. So again, I can confirm this by running the ifconfig command, and you can see that the internet address or the inet address for the Kali box is 192.168.1.51. So that's a simple ping sweep. All right, now before we actually move on forward with the don't ping scan, which is very, very important for various reasons, as I'll get to in a second, let's try and understand a few nuances when performing scans on an entire network. Most likely when you'll be performing a penetration test and you'll be working with the network, what will happen is you will be assigned IP addresses, or you will be given IP addresses that you are not allowed to scan or you're not allowed to interact with. All right, and this is very important. So the next question is, how do we perform our scans without interfering with these devices? If we are supposed to scan the entire network, but we want to exclude these devices from the scan, and again, that can be really easily orchestrated by again taking a look at the man pages. You can see we can exclude files, or sorry, we can exclude particular hosts, but the great thing is we can exclude hosts from a particular file, and we can also use files to perform scans on particular hosts. All right, so let's say the company that has hired us has given us two IP addresses that they've told us we cannot under any circumstance scan or interact with. And these these devices have the IP addresses of 192.168.1.1, which is my router. And the second device is 192.168.1.51, which is the Kali virtual machine. I'm just using a simple example. So I'll use a text editor like Vim to create a file, and I'll just call it hosts.txt, and I'll add these IPs to this particular file. So I'll say 192.168.1.1, 192.168.1.51. All right, so these are the devices we are not allowed to perform scans on. So let's say we want to scan the entire network now, but now given the information we have now, we want to exclude this. So again, to do this, we can say nmap, we perform the scan, and we can then specify the entire network. We can specify the entire network range. However, the cool thing with Nmap is you can also specify IP ranges. All right. So for example, if I was only given permission to scan 100 IP addresses, I can also include that denomination there. Or if I was only allowed to scan 150, I can do that as well. I can also scan particular devices on a network. So I can say nmap sn 192.168.1.1. Sorry, let me just get rid of the comma. There we are. And you can immediately see that you're able to scan as many hosts as you want that way. All right, so you can do that. However, in our case, we want to exclude this. So we want to say 192.168.1.1. We specify the entire network range. However, we want to exclude these IP address. So we can do it manually. We can say exclude the following. So we say 192.168. Let's say 1.1. Let's say we wanted to exclude that IP address alone. So we hit enter, and you can now see from the discovery, it's going to exclude the IP 192.168.1.1 from the scan, and we're not interacting with it anymore. Instead, it gives us all the other devices on the network. So to specify the file, we can just specify exclude file, and then we specify the file that has the IP addresses that we want to exclude. In this case, that's going to be host.txt, hit enter. All right, and there we are. You can now see it only performs the scan on the IP address 192.168.1.2, the only other device that's currently online on the network. All right, so that is very, very interesting. Now, for that matter, let's say the company now tells us, hey, I want you to perform another test, but only on these two devices, right? So now we can start off with our discovery, and let's say we want to see if they are currently online. So we say 192.168, or we can essentially just specify the entire file. So we say snil, so that we're specifying the input file name, and then we specify the file. So host.txt, hit enter, and now Nmap will only perform the discovery scan or the ping sweep on the IP addresses within the host file right over here. All right, so you can see how simple it is to start including and excluding hosts from your scans. Very, very important to do it as well. So this was a simple ping sweep. Now let's talk about a very important method of host discovery, which is your don't ping scan. All right, so your don't ping scan is very simple to understand. Now, when performing a scan on a device, the default Nmap scan is as follows. So you type in Nmap, you run 192.168.1.1, or you specify the IP or another, other sets of IPs. And what Nmap will do is it will perform host discovery. So it will ping the device to see if it's up, and then will start initiating a connection to the ports, either through, by performing the TCP/3 handshake, or through the use of other TCP header flags. However, with the don't ping, it does not perform the ping, and it just what it does is it just simply avoids the old ping process and the discovery check, and it performs a port scan on the device instead of alerting, instead of performing a discovery based on a ping. So the reason this is very important, a very important type of scan, is because usually pings will be detected by firewalls and intrusion detection systems, and again, if they detect that this is happening, then they're of course going to deflect these pings, and or they'll drop the pings, and that'll give you inaccurate reading. So using the don't ping option is very useful. So if we say don't ping, and then we specify 192.168.1.1, and let's just use one device for now. I hit enter. You can see it avoids the discovery process, so it doesn't ping the device. However, it performs the port scan on the device, so it starts establishing the three-way handshake, and then it closes it. And we'll talk about how this is done with various scans. But you can see it gives us some of the most common ports right over here that are currently open and available, and there you are. So we can run this on the entire network, right? So we say 24, but let's say we only run it for 100 IPs, right? But we want to exclude the hosts in that list that we had. So we say exclude file, and we say hosts.txt, .txt, and we hit enter. And that is going to perform, the host discovery through the don't ping option. And I can actually demonstrate what's going on with Wireshark. So let's just open up Wireshark now. And I will open up our interface here. And you can see we have tons of probes being sent, or TCP three-way handshakes being initiated. And we'll get to that in a second. And there we are. So you can see the scan is complete. And it only discovers one device online, which is my Windows operating system. And we have port 24800 open, which runs a Synergy service, but that's beyond the point here. So you can see we have tons of initiation, TCP three-way handshake initiation packets being sent with the SYN flag set. And they're being sent from the Kali IP to the device here, which has the IP, which is with the Windows device, which has the IP 192.168.1.2. And if we take a look at the TCP header flag, you can see it is a SYN flag, which means we're initiating the connection. And then based on the response, we're able to tell if the device is up. And if we scroll right to the bottom here, we currently are at the bottom, but we go right over here, you can see we get a reset being sent. That is being sent by the Kali box. But you can see we have the SYN ACK being sent back from the Windows operating system. And you can again take a look at the port. So you can see it specifies the port that was open. So for that particular port, that's how Nmap was able to deduce that port was open as well. So again, you can see how important it is to actually monitor and see what's going on when Nmap performs these scans. So those are your two basic options of host discovery. In the next set of videos, we'll take a look at the other options. So that's going to be it for this video, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.